Welcome into Celtics post-game live. Scal, Forsberg, Amina Smith here with you. The Celtics dominate the Memphis Grizzlies 131-91. And guys, it looked a little shaky in the first half. The Grizzlies, they were within 2, but then this Celtics team, they took off late in that second quarter. Scal, what was your biggest takeaway after this win?
Tatum's a bad man.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he was out there. It seemed like I could go 5 more levels up, and I'm still dominating with an almost 30-point triple-double. So, yeah, he was tough today.
It was just like he realized at one point midway through that first half, okay, I'm just going to dominate for the next few minutes, put this game away. He was great. Got Porzingis involved with the passing. I love the playmaking. That's what Jason Tatum can do.
34 points for Jason Tatum. Also 8 rebounds and 7 assists. He's with Abby Chin after this win.
Jason, before the game in the locker room, you asked Marcus Smart if he was going to cry during that tribute video. I feel like he held it together. What were the emotions like for you having him back in the building?
It was great. It was great to see the reception that he got. Being here for 10 years, he was heart and soul of this organization. And people showed their respect and love today. He deserves it. He deserves it all. So it was just good to see him. Obviously I miss him. So it was just really good to see him.
That ovation just now for Marcus as he walks off the floor. What does it mean to you to see the way that the fans here react to him and his return?
It's only right, man. He, like you said, he gave his blood, sweat, and tears every single night. He left it all on the floor. He was a huge part of the success that we have for so many years. I say all the time, for the longest time, he was for sure the favorite Celtic on our team, and rightly so. So it was good to see him get the love that he deserved.
I think it's only fitting that defense is what won you guys this game. What do you feel like that starting group got back to?
Regardless of who was out, right, they had a lot of guys out. We just tried to focus on us today, and we didn't want to get caught up in maybe playing down to the competition or whatever. We wanted to come out here and show them respect by playing the right way and playing hard and competing on both ends of the floor.
Jason, thank you. Congratulations.
Jason Tatum talking about the love and respect that all the Celtics fans inside of TD Garden have for Marcus Smart today, as you see him walking off of the court after this 40-point win against the Memphis Grizzlies. And Jason Tatum brought up a great point right there, Scal, that he said regardless of who was on the other end, and we joked about it in the pregame show because the Memphis Grizzlies, they had 12 players on the injury report. He said we had to go out there and play our brand of basketball. How did Jason Tatum show that tonight?
Today, we just gave him the ball more. Like I felt like there was a moment in the Laker game where we could have done the same thing in the second quarter and that ball didn't find him. But at least today we did that. We found him, and that's how it's got to be. Like, that's Jason Tatum. I know a guy that knows him. I sent him an Instagram post about Kobe Bryant, about him going off on his teammates in the locker room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, send this to Tatum. He needs to see this. Because it's true.
Yeah.
Like, your stars get you through those tough nights. Yeah. When your bench don't have it, they're built differently. Stars are different. Their bodies are different. They go to different levels. And I just felt like today was like we all recognized, look, give the ball to this guy. He can do whatever he wants out there.
And it helps when the three-point shot is falling, 6 of 12. When that goes, it just feels like he's easily getting over 30 points and just makes it so much easier on himself. But I go back to it. I love the playmaking. It was clear that early on they wanted to get Porzingis going, and there were multiple times where Tatum was driving, found either cutting Porzingis or just threw a nice pass to get him a three-point look. And like when you get that kind of two-man game going, good luck to any opponent, even if it was the underman Grizzlies.
Yeah, the Celtics, they also went on a 24-6 run to end that second quarter. I talked about it looking a little bit shaky in that second quarter as well because the Grizzlies, they were closing in on this Celtics team, and I could only just think about that game on Thursday with the Lakers and no LeBron and no AD. I'm not gonna lie, Scal. I got a little bit nervous because sometimes this Celtics team, you just never know what you're gonna get. But what allowed them to blow the doors open off of this game?
So that group, when Tatum came back in the game, it was close. I think there was a timeout by Joe, and then it was over from there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you going to talk to him? No, you got to be on the show. I wish someone asked Joe, what did the bench do the last 2 days? Because I didn't think they were good. They were good at the end. I didn't think they were good at the start of that game. I didn't think they had the same pop
Do you think he ran him like, or like?
Ran him, but maybe they hooped for like an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe they wore out. I have no idea.
Like in practice, you're talking about the day before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe he was like, listen, you starters take some time off, but the bench guys come in here, we're going to work, right?
Okay.
They just didn't have the pop, but as soon as Tatum went back in the game, the thing was over. Like, he made that, like, this game was over.
I mean, they were so good. I want to ask you, do you think when Tatum watches that video for Marcus Smart, like, does that resonate with a superstar?
I don't know. Everyone's different. I don't.
But do you think he understands, like, I mean, he hasn't been here. He wasn't here for, like, I'm trying to think, not for like Garnett's comeback or anything like that. But when you see someone like that celebrated, does that resonate when guys would come back and they would play the videos for you?
Everybody's different, man. I'm personally not like that. I like the plays that one guy makes. So that stuff is like, I remember all that stuff. It's the memories. It's like, it's nostalgic, but I ain't going to shed a tear.
Sorry. Scal's too tough.
No,
He's too tough to shed a tear, okay? I'm not shedding no tears.
Boo this man.
Dang, this is like the first. No, wait. This is the first time I've ever heard Scal booed inside a TD Garden. I don't think you guys understand. Scal is a superstar in here, and I don't think this has ever happened.
I'm just being honest. Like, you guys are mad at me for being honest. Like, that doesn't. But if Marcus Smart dives on the floor, like, I could cry in the middle of that. No, it's different for me. Like, when you guys, like, I get all emotional about that. Like, nostalgia. It's like, yeah, all right, yay, I got you. I got it.
No goosebumps, no anything like that.
Not for me. For me, it's about like.
You got Teflon skin.
No. I'm not.
Goodness.
No. Like, plays. It's play. It's
I got you.
moments.
Did you have a favorite Marcus Smart play?
I mean, I liked all the diving on the floor and stuff like that. I liked when he saved the ball
off Kawhi.
Yeah.
That was.
We were gonna lose that game.
Yes, and he totally turned the momentum.
So it has to be like that. I just goosebumped right there. But I ain't gonna. But the whole thing, it's like I compartmentalize.
Okay.
I'm not trying to make this a session.
I want to say it sounds like a therapy session to me, but I mean, you heard what Jason Tatum had to say in the interview with Abby. He said just seeing it up there on the video board, the reception that he got from fans inside of TD Garden, well warranted as well. Forsberg, I would think that it did resonate with a player like Jason Tatum, who he's been with Marcus Smart for the majority of his career.
So there was a guy behind the Celtics bench that had a sign that said 0 greater than 33. And then he flipped it over and it said eventually or something, or like some point or whatever. Like, that's a tough comparison, right?
Yeah.
Like, you put yourself in the conversation with Larry Bird. But I think we know Tatum is one of the greats. He knows he wants to be one of those guys who gets that sort of moment someday. Like, hopefully he never leaves Boston. But eventually he'll come back and he'll be celebrated. I think that does resonate. Like, you want to be that player. You want to be the guy that everyone celebrates.
I think he does.
Except Scal.
Except Scal. But I feel like Jason Tatum, just based off of what we see and, just hearing him speak at the podium post-game and things like that, even in that interview with Abby, I do feel like that is something at some point in his career that he would want a reception like that.
You'll see. I'll cry when we win the championship this year.
Now that I would pay to see.
Cigars, confetti, and duck boats, baby. That's all you get from me.
Oh, my goodness.
Cigars, confetti, and duck boats. I'll be
You'll be crying for that.
Crying for that.
How would you describe the environment inside of TD Garden when they did give the tribute to Marcus?
I mean, these people hung out just to scream about Marcus tonight. So, like, look, it was cool. I think especially just getting to see that again. It's been a while since we've had someone come back that was part of, like, building this thing out. And certainly when you guys all celebrated every member of that 2008 squad, I love it. There was great energy in there for Marcus to get both the video tribute and the Hero Among Us, celebrating everything he did here on the court, off the court. It was cool. Like, I mean, like, they added something to a game that otherwise would just be like kind of going through the motions.
I'm not gonna lie, because it was kind of quiet a little bit in that first half. There were like lulls where you could literally hear the squeaks on the court, and that's not typical inside of TD Garden at all.
It felt like a celebration until we got through those videos. Then you got through the Hero Among Us. Then Jason Tatum came back in the game.
And then he was like, all right, enough. He was like, we love you, Marcus, but
I love you, bro. Whack, whack, whack,
time
whack,
for us to
whack.
win this game.